Welcome back to another episode of All Things Steph. Of course, I am Stephanie, and I like to do videos that don't require edits because my thing is life is unedited. You can always press restart, but sometimes you can't stop in the middle and edit, right? So I always want my videos to be as raw, uncut, authentic, genuine, and real as much as I am. So I am up here waiting on my son to get out of basketball practice. I did stop and get a Starbucks. I got a chai tea latte, almond milk substituted for regular milk, and then 2 pumps of vanilla. I have not drank regular milk in years. Like years. I cleaned out my pantry this week, like where I have all the seasonings and stuff at, and like all, the chip part of the pantry and stuff like that. And I was just really proud to see that, like, I have not bought like sugar. Oh, this sunset, y'all, is gorgeous. Like, not sunset, but I don't know, every time like the sun pops out like on me like that, I have always had this thing where I felt like it was God giving me like kisses on my jaw. Like, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Like, for real. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful setting. Beautiful. I want to share that with y'all. Like, it's beautiful. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I am not one of those. Can we just be real? I noticed that stopping by Starbucks is like an influencer thing. I'm not that influencer that you're gonna always see stopping by Starbucks, because my absolute number one favorite coffee place is 7 Brew. 7 Brew, they better than Starbucks. They are. I would say 7 Brew is number 1, Einstein Bros is number 2, and then I'll put Starbucks at number 3. If you have not tried 7 Brew, find you one in your location and try it out, but it is beyond fire. So yeah, I grabbed this because I had like a little gift card, and that would be, majority of the time, that's the only time y'all will see me like with Starbucks, is if somebody else gave me the money for it, or I have a gift card I done earned through like my points, because I have a ton of points on my Starbucks app, or if they give me point deals. So those of you that use your app a lot, they send you exclusive deals when it comes to earning points. So sometimes they may have like buy one chai tea latte and you get 20 points. Like, it has to be pretty much an incentive, because other than that, honey, I go to Target and buy the dairy-free creamer, Starbucks creamer, and the coffee, and we're gonna call it a day. But I am embarking on a really beautiful journey for myself starting November 1st, and I'm gonna finish it all the way out through I'm gonna finish out a huge portion of it all the way through the spring, because I have, how when God give you hints about let me stand this up and drink this. When God give you hints about what it is that you're supposed to do and what direction that he wants to take you, that's what he has been doing with me probably ever since January. So it's funny because sometimes life, the directions that God want to take you in life, majority of the time he's giving you hints in like either the places you work or the people that he has you around, etc., etc. And when I look at the fact that, y'all, I am about to start school, getting my certification as a RMA. So I was looking at CCMA, but I do see that RMAs get paid a little bit more. So a registered medical assistant. And I feel that God wants, like, when I say, y'all, it's all right, that's temporary too. But I have, when the Holy Spirit like was directing me to okay, so the prayer I've been praying was, I'm like, God, like, I know we have, and this is exactly how my prayer went. I was like, God, I know we have the freedom of having free choice, right? I was like, but I want you to direct my free choices. I want your will and your desire, the things that you desire for me, the wants and the wants that you have for me, and like, I just want everything to align. I probably should have got like one more pump of vanilla, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Like, I just want everything that he wants and desires for me to align with what I want and desire for myself. And so, child, I need a trash can. All right. So, I noticed as I begin to do that and ask that, and really, I just have this like stirring of like extreme hunger for wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I have, and you can say all day long that you're intelligent, that you're college educated, whatever the case. But if you don't have the wisdom that comes directly from God, and you're able to understand things as he understands it, like on that Solomon type level, like, you kind of whack. You don't have nothing, like, for real talk. And so that's what I've been acquiring and like hungering for. And so in doing so, he has been, the word says, in all your ways acknowledge him and he'll direct your path, right? So he has really been directing my path, so much so to where he stirred up a desire in me for the medical field. And so like I said, I'll be doing RMA as a registered medical assistant. And then what I feel in my spirit, he wants me to work in that field for 6 months to a year. And then he wants me to actually look at what part of nursing that I want to go into. So I've been watching a lot of day in the life of like a medical assistant, day in the life of an LVN and an LPN, and I was looking at the difference between those two, and basically the only difference is the pay. They pretty much do the same things and stuff like that. So this is a field I never thought that I would be going into. It's just funny. Is he out? I don't think so. What time is it? Okay. It's just really funny because when I like, okay, try get it together. Okay, it's almost done, y'all. There we go. And so it's just funny because, there we go. It's just funny because when I look back on certain scenes, because your life is a movie, it's scripted by God, it is a whole movie. When I look back on certain scenes in my life, I see the hints. I worked at a medical supply place for a while, and we wore scrubs. I went to one of my friends, or I'll say close associates, her pinning I went to, what else? I have been like interacting with a lot of nurses lately, and that's really like, you gotta know when it's God talking. But the funny thing was, y'all, like, I went to Target, and I had literally asked God, like, maybe an hour before. I was like, okay, I see all the signs, I hear you talking, I know this is what you said you want me to do. Can you just, like, I needed real crystal clear. Like, I needed, like, a sign as clear as, like, I know when I step outside, I'm gonna breathe in air. Like, I needed to be just that clear. Went to Target, and I seen, and I'm walking down the aisle, and this lady is walking towards me, and her shirt literally says medical assistant, and I just busted out laughing. Because one thing is, like, you can't get no clearer than that. That's why I tell people all the time, you have to pay. God is talking all the time. You got to pay attention. Like, and he is going to talk to you in all of the love languages. You can't just expect him to talk to you in one, because some days he may not feel like talking. Some days he may not feel like verbally communicating, and he'll just, like, have something on a shirt for somebody. Prime example, last week he was talking to me in, like, license plate. I'm looking at somebody's license plate, said, beloved. That's something that God calls me all the time, beloved. It was another one that said, like, Old Dominion. Him and I have been having this conversation about how, you have to mature in your prayer life, because you can't take sometimes you can't take that old way of praying into new territory. And, so it's just things like that. You have to pay attention to how God talks to you, because most of the time, if you don't think he is, it's because you're just looking for him in one area. You can't, he's spontaneous. He's too dope for that. He's just, what they say, like a one-trick pony. Like, he's creative. So, that was that. And then, everybody knows me in the Walgreens where I stay, and I was talking to one of the managers, and we talk all the time, and she was telling me how she was going back to school. My ears are stopping up a little bit. She was telling me how she was going back to school, and so I was like, oh, I'm about to as well. And when I told her what I'm going for, she said, I'm a licensed medical assistant. And, you can't get any clearer than that. You can't. So I know that it's oh my gosh, my ears. Stop. I know that is absolutely the path that God is like, yes, I want you to take this path. I do. So, y'all, I'm super excited, because this is it's taking me out of my comfort zone of what I know. It is going to challenge me, definitely mentally, and it's going to challenge my my ego too. It's going to challenge my ego. It is, but it's cool, because it still ties into purpose, which is servantship. So that, I'm just super excited about that. This Christmas, like, I'm basically just gonna ask for Amazon gift cards, so that I can get my like, probably Amazon gift cards, or just like a Visa gift cards, so that I can get my stethoscope, and like my bag, and all that good stuff. Like, pretty much the same stuff that nurses have, medical assistants have. Because if you know anything about medical assistant, I'll say the best example I can put it is when you go to the hospital, and you're brought back to your room, and they're getting, like, your vitals. Sometimes they're checking, like, your blood pressure. They're checking, they're taking some blood from you. They are maybe EKG if needed, and they're getting all your information. you know, that's pretty much what the medical assistant does. They do have where some medical assistants, they do, depending on their training, they are able to go a little bit further when it comes to client-patient interaction. But yeah, like, and I already know once I graduate from the program, I know that I want to go into either I picked three at least that I'm interested in. So I want to either go into like be a podiatry medical assistant, labor and delivery, or pediatrics. Like those are the three top ones that I absolutely desire to work in that field. Yeah, so God is doing his thing. He's doing his thing so much so to like this past weekend, like I was in tears because it's a young lady. Like, I network a lot through Instagram. Instagram has been like a huge blessing for networking for me. And it's this young lady. I actually will insert her information close to like the end of the video because she is a beautiful woman of God, and I like people that are like Willie Moore Jr. And what I mean by that is like he's himself, he's down to earth, like he's himself, but he's also acknowledges God in a really beautiful way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the Christians that be too Christiany, like every little thing, and it's like, dang, I can't even be myself around you because you judging and pinpoint every little thing I do. Like people know some people don't know how to accept the human side of you versus just the spiritual side. And baby, I'm in the 40s club. I'm so happy. I was so happy to turn 40. So happy that, you just gotta, sometimes you gotta meet new people that fit your new season, right? So she's one of those people, and we were talking. Sometimes the Holy Spirit will direct me to, pop in her DMs and tell her something. And so she actually, and when your path is directed by God, like, it's so cool. So I was telling her, I just felt to tell her some of my testimony just based on like this season of life this year. And so I was telling her, and she said, oh my gosh, like she sent me some information, and she was like, I had this, she was like, I screenshotted this 2 weeks ago. I don't need it, but I just felt the need to do it. And I won't go into detail about what it was, but when I say it aligns with everything I'm doing, and I just couldn't do nothing but cry because I'm like, it is just God saying like, yes, you navigating the right way. You good. And so that's a huge blessing. But yeah, I'm trying to think anything else I want to talk about. I have a lot of stuff to talk about actually. Let's talk about, so next year I didn't do anything big this year, turning 40, because I feel like next year, while I'll be graduating from our program and getting pinned, I feel, and then I'll be coming out with my my seventh book, which I'm working on like when I go. So, and it'll be the release of my seventh book, which this book shows growth, and it's necessary for the times that we're in. And so I'll be going on, like, doing a book tour with the different bookstores, so that's gonna be cool. So I am looking forward to like doing like an intimate celebration with the people that have rocked with me from jump. Because you get a lot of people that, you know, be around you, they be cool, they be your friends, for their own personal needs while they have you for a friend, and then once they start doing good or making a certain amount of money or hanging with different groups of people, like, you don't hear from them. And you know, I don't want to be the family member, the friend, the girlfriend, and etc. that you just come to when you need something, or when you feel like you need to dump your load and all that, and get you know, the comfort and the encouragement out of it. Like, I don't want to just be what a person needs. I want them to want to be my friend, to want to talk to me. You know what I mean? So I pay attention to patterns, and I just let people kind of weed them their own self out. So, you know, I am, you know, it's probably won't be any more than 20, if 20, that I invite to, like, it's gonna be a weekend of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And you know, just learning to celebrate me. But like I said, you know, in this this stage of life, I don't care to have to prove myself to people. I'm definitely not proving my worth to people. I don't care about people, like, opinions and their perceptions of me. Like, I just really don't care. Because what God says and thinks about me is always gonna trump what anybody else said about me. And again, you don't have to prove your worth to anybody, because either God is gonna give them the ability to see it through the leading and guiding of the Holy Spirit, and they'll see it off the rip, because you know, His light is shining through you so much that they'll know. You know what I mean? Like, they'll know how to treat you, they'll know how to respect you, talk to you, etc., etc. And you know, it's just, I see a lot of that on social media, where people, like, they're trying to prove their worth to people who really don't care. I'm very careful about what I attend these days, because there are a lot of adult cliques that are camouflaged under, yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's a lot of adult cliques, like high schoolish, like, adult cliques that are categorized under Black excellent events, or events including women empowerment. Like, you gotta do the research on people. You have to do the research, because I've been to a lot of those galas and events and so forth and so forth, and it's almost more hate in those groups or those settings and those parties versus, you know, somebody else stuff that is just okay, that is just like, you know, a get together. It's really interesting, but that's a whole topic for another day. It'll ruffle some feathers, but it's the truth, and I don't mind talking about the truth, even if it makes you uncomfortable. I don't care. So I think I'm going to wrap it up with this video. What you're going to see afterwards is pretty much a series of different things I was doing, like, over the past 2 weeks. And so you can just watch that and enjoy. And I will pop back in. Probably Sunday, because I've studied, there's a few YouTubers, I've kind of studied their page, and I'm like, majority of people like either a day in the life, or they're like a weekly vlog. And like, I like Arnell Armand, I like Kyra, Amanique, I probably said her last name wrong, Savannah Silver. Like, Savannah is hilarious. If y'all have not watched Savannah Silver, please do. She is hilarious. She is a black woman. She's a Jamaican that is married to a Japanese man, and so she's a black woman living in Japan, and like her day in the lives are hilarious. Like, they hilarious, and it's just like she's my homegirl in my head. So and it's Dominique Dooley, that's another favorite of mine. What is her name? Jalen, but I forgot her last name. So there's like my top 5 influencers that I love to watch, because they so down to earth, they so chill, they are just who they are. And so I'll try to put clips at the end of their YouTube channels so that y'all can follow. And y'all, I am on TikTok. I'm gonna be posting my TikTok of YSL, which is really cool. They actually sent me a little gift, and I thought that was like so cute of them to do. They sent me a little gift, so I'm gonna be putting that on my TikTok. And probably like around mid-November, I'm gonna be doing like a day in the life of an RMA, a registered medical assistant. And so I'm excited to take y'all on this journey. I'm also going to be in the midst of that. Like, I'll be showing y'all how I do my schedule, my supplies, the scrubs that I wear. Like, I'm going to be sharing all that. So I'm super excited to go on this journey. I'm grateful and thankful to God for, at the age of 40, he pressed reset. Oh, I'm trying not to cry. He pressed reset on my life, because those that know me very well know that I committed pretty much the bulk of my life to my kids. From the age 22 to 40, I'll say it was just my kids. You know what I mean? And so I had to take the part-time jobs that wasn't paying much, because I had to be able to go and take my kids to school. They're 2 years apart, so sometimes they were going to 2 different schools because of age difference. And so, man, when I look back and I'm like, I don't know, it's only because of God I got through a lot of that. A lot of days of being tired, a lot of days of having no help, a lot of days of struggle, a lot of days of food stamps and housing and borrowing money from friends and in and out of that, just trying to survive and make sure that me and my kids were good. And I don't regret any of those sacrifices I had to make. I'm talking about days where they knew me at the pawn shop, because I was taking everything to the pawn shop to like keep the bills paid. Let's see. And like I said, I was working like kind of shitty part-time jobs, because I needed to be able to take my kids to school or daycare, and then I had to be able to pick them up on time, because one of the most important things to me in their like childhood was, I'm huge on quality time, communication and quality time. So my sons and I, we have great communication skills with each other, great understanding, and we know that like quality time is key. And it's cool to hear them at the age of 16 and 18 talk about like, Mama, remember when you used to come to field day with us, and you would be on that tug-of-war rope, like ready. Like, they remember all the field days I went to, all the school banquets, all the field trips I chaperoned. Like, they remember that. The times where we've camped out in the living room because I couldn't pay the electric bill for a week. Now that's a story for you right there. Couldn't pay the electric bill for a week until I got paid. And we camped out in the living room with some floodlights. And man, I'm telling you, like, I sacrificed a lot for my sons, but it was absolutely worth it. And I feel like God was something God told me, and I'm gonna end this video before I start ugly crying, is that he was like, I'm giving you beautiful ashes. I am redeeming the time, and I'm replacing all of those tears you cried with joy. And when I say he is redeeming the time, because I feel like I have so much time now, so much, and I feel like he's allowing me to, it's almost like he said, you know, I saw your sacrifice, like, I know. And he was like, you didn't do it, like, you have not lived your life in vain. And that's a blessing to me to hear God say. Because sometimes you wonder. He's like, now I'm allowing you to take care of you. You know, even though I'm still, of course, mom, still taking care of my boys, but he's allowing me to, like, do the things that I need to do. And so I'm also about to go on this health and wellness journey, because as you see, my face got a little chubby. Like, I don't know about y'all, but y'all can eat anything and it just go to, like, either your breast or your butt. Y'all are some blessed people. My body like to share. My body be like, orange. Use my truck. This is peeling and stuff like that, but whatever. Just came from Jamba Juice. I had a coupon for a BOGO, so I always get the greens and ginger, and then I got my son, I think it's Mega Mango is what he has, so I got 2 larges, as I am right over here. I decided for breakfast this morning, I just did like the little mini hash brown round thingies with ketchup, sriracha. I did 4 strips of like small pieces of bacon, and then I'm just doing like, these are 4 eggs, and I have my Cajun seasoning in it, and that's just gonna be breakfast for in the morning. Now, what I actually ended up doing on my way back from taking my son to school, I got a green matcha tea latte. Usually what I do with this, because to me it's not enough matcha, I add extra of my own, the loose leaf JT matcha, and then I put my sugar-free Starbucks creamer in it, and then I went ahead and got a vanilla cream cold brew, and then I also put in like sugar-free caramel macchiato creamer in there, because it's usually kind of watered down and not too strong. So I just went ahead and grabbed like 2, because if y'all are Starbucks people, y'all know that they send y'all in your app all these great deals to get points. So it was like, if you make 2 purchases, you get 30 points. You make 3 purchases, you get 60. I'm like, I don't need 3, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out the way while I'm getting a little breakfast going this morning. Yes, I'm purposely shaking it. Like, I just feel really good this morning.
That's about 80 million people in the whole world. And only 1%. The 80 million people represents 1% of the whole world. Out of 8 billion, right?
Now, I just pulled over really quick. I had to go in Target. It has been a day, do you hear me? I am looking like really crazy right now. I got a ton of sunscreen on my face, so that's why the camera is not on me at the moment. But y'all, look, this crock pot, right? So let me tell you about, like, you have to pay attention to how God shows up in your life. How and as what. And I have to say, this week he has been showing up to me as husband. And so I was online. I wanted a crock pot. I was like, dang, I need a new crock pot. And because, you know, it's autumn weather, y'all. This is my favorite season. And I was like, I was talking to my son. I was like, you know what? I got a taste for like to make some hot water cornbread on the stove and do some red beans and ground meat and stuff in the crock pot. And we gonna do it that way. So y'all see this crock pot? It's I'm gonna take it out the box once I get home and show y'all. But I was actually on Walmart. Well, I had Googled crock pots. And I thought I clicked on the one for Walmart, but apparently I didn't, and it was Target. Not knowing that on certain days, Target have discounts on certain days. So in there, when it was this crock pot, I was like, ooh, and it's cute. It's like a teal green, y'all. Excuse my, ooh, I need to vacuum. Ooh, but it's like a teal green, and I looked, it was 20% off. It was $24, then marked down to $19, and then it was 20% off the $19. Y'all, I quickly put that in my cart for pickup, and then I had two $5 gift cards that I used towards that. By the time I finished applying my other, like my gift cards and stuff, all I had to pay was $3. So I really just got a $3 really nice crock pot. I'm excited. Hey y'all, today is Thursday the 12th. Yeah, it's Thursday. Stopped by Starbucks, got my matcha tea latte with oat milk, 3 pumps of vanilla. As you see, it's already melted. It has been a day, y'all. Been on the move. I'm about to head to my old stomping grounds. For y'all that don't know, I used to work at Sephora for about it was dang near 2 years. Headed there now. I guess I'll park up here, y'all. I guess. So I just popped in Sephora really quick, and I got this little set for $35. Clean Reserved, all the little fresh scents. Yes, and now I'm on my way to Ulta. Good morning. It is Monday, October 23rd, and I am starting the day off with prepping my crock pot, making some vegetable soup. Yeah. I already have, of course, the base in my crock pot, which is mixed vegetables, a packet of low sodium taco seasoning, a black bean fiesta mix, and veggie broth. And then right here is onion, celery, bell pepper, and potatoes, and I'm about to put that in my crock pot. So I put in 2 of these bouillon cubes. Dang it, I forgot my garlic looking at it on the package. But yeah, I put 2 of these in there too. So yeah. And of course I have my onion powder, garlic powder in there. I just poured me up my sugar-free drink, so I always get the, I think it's peak gold sugar-free green tea. And then what else I have in here? Then I have some peach flavoring in here too, and so that's kind of what I'm sipping on this morning. So I'm just mixing in the potatoes and the celery and the onions and the bell pepper. Mixing in the celery, the onions, the bell pepper, and the potatoes in there, and should be actually good to go. And I have it on high, so I'm gonna leave it on high for probably about 2 hours, and then I'm gonna let it simmer throughout the day, and then by the time it's time to go pick my son up, it'll be ready. And I'm actually going to eat off this. This will be dinner for as long as it lasts for me. So. I just popped into Target and got a matcha latte with 2 pumps of vanilla and oat milk. And then I have my medical terminology book right here so I can chill and study while I wait for my son to get out of basketball practice. So I think it's more so first come, first serve. So my mom and I were just, want to hang out at the restaurant that's literally right